Here we come!
Yay, it's the right button. Woo! You excited, boys? You excited it's the right button? I pressed the right button.
Oh.
Is everybody happy? We're live. Hi, everybody.
We're all in the right place.
Yeah, and we're on the right overlay.
What's going wrong?
And I pressed record. And all the sound is functioning except the music's too loud. There we go. We found that problem. Music was too loud. All right. So, hello everybody. Good morning. How are we doing? At some point in time in the next several minutes, I'm brewing a pot of coffee. I will fuck off to grab that coffee. But I blame Lightning Dragon. So let's jump right into this. Last week, a bunch of shit went down, and this week Tesh has his hand up.
We need to roll health.
Tesh, give away the cake, why don't you? Everybody leveled except for Neil. Fuck that guy. So why don't we?
Yeah, I actually leveled 3 times.
Why don't we?
Scott reviewed the episodes and he decided that Rayron actually put in 3 times the work.
In before, he's the only one that doesn't level.
So, anyways, why don't we all roll our health?
Okay, I forgot how to do this. There's a hit die, isn't there? There is a hit die. Oh no!
Hi, by the way, I'm level 4 and I have 19 HP. I've rolled so many ones.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Have that. Can we just collectively just come on, please? We all rolled
Do
one.
we get like a hidden?
Steve, they don't need to roll that, Steve, because we
Wait
already
a minute.
found out. We already
Can I
found
roll?
out. We're gonna call them the trio.
No, come on. This is ridiculous. This is.
All right, this is what I'll do. I'll throw this offer out there. If somebody would like to toss in Aid of the Martyr and name a PC, they can re-roll their health.
Oh, that's cruel.
It has to be
Can you
not
Aid of the
rare.
Martyr yourself?
You know what? No, but you can Aid of the Martyr one of your companions if you'd like.
Alright, I'll do it.
Wait. Do I have enough?
So
Does everyone have them?
Let me figure out if I have enough. I don't know if I have enough.
This is fun.
I have enough.
Have you got enough now?
one, you may re-roll.
Okay.
You have to keep the second result.
Okay, better than the
Can't
first
get
one.
worse.
So we all get one each then. We all get one reroll.
Currently, only one gets a re-roll.
Okay. Am I supposed to write something in this Aid of the Martyr thing?
No, yeah, just the person's name. Neil, you get a re-roll.
No, they are, and Tesh as well.
Oh yeah,
Even though I named Neil.
Tesh,
Yeah.
you get a re-roll. There you go.
Oh, thank fuck.
There we go.
I now
Across
have
the
the grand
board.
total. Nice. I now have the grand total of 20 hit points.
It's on you, Jake.
Oh.
All right, that's where he belongs. That's where he belongs.
Sorry.
All right, and then somebody just threw in last, and this is the last time I'm accepting. So thank you, Norwegian Green. Somebody just threw in one more. Anybody who wants to take it. So one person may, and that's it. They're cutting it off here, but it was already thrown in.
I think we know who's gonna. It's not me.
Watch me roll a 1.
You have to take a new result.
It's. I got 21 HP.
How many daddies were spent on 2 health points?
It's getting better. It's getting better. Hey, in this, 2 hit points are worth a lot.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's true. I mean, I do often hear Chloe complain. I wish she just had 2 more. So, last session we.
Oh, did you guys use your that thing that you can either add an extra health point or an extra skill or whatever when you level?
What the hell is that?
Your favorite class bonus.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah, no. I've got an
No, I
extra
haven't.
arcane pool point from it.
Okay.
'Cause
I'm
I
gonna
get
put it in
quarter
skills,
one.
but I don't know how to do it.
What do I
I'll just
get?
mark it over for now.
Sure.
I can apply it to your character sheet for you. Sorry. Never mind for jumping right into the action. One is bringing the important questions.
This is important action.
I don't know enough about this system. I didn't know there was another step to leveling than
You
what
are
I've done. My bad.
perfectly fine, sir. One, I think it's already factored.
You know
for
how happy I am that I got to reroll.
That's we need you healthy, boy.
Yeah, that's very true.
Oh, maybe it isn't already factored for you. Does Inquisitor get 6+ intelligence modifier normally?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's already there. Oh, plus miscellaneous. So on this page where you see me on your character sheet, you see where it says miscellaneous 2? It's now changed to.
Yeah.
Oh, you only still have 2? That was supposed to be at
He's
4.
he's on Jake's
Yeah,
sheet
it's-
at the moment, Tesh. I presume I'll show you in a moment.
Wait,
Jake. I meant Jake. What did I say?
You just didn't make it clear, that's all.
Oh, okay, now,
Okay, so I have
Tesh,
2 skill points to spend.
you spent it on skill points, I believe?
I got 5 skill points this level. Is what I've done.
Just confirming something. Your intelligence is +2, and you're what? A half elf? Yours is, I
Yes.
think, already built in because we have yours written as 3+ intelligence modifier, but your class only gives you 2+ intelligence modifier, so we just assumed you always do that. So that's why it says ranks 3+. So it's already factored for you. Okay,
Cool. I don't have to do anything.
correct. And Val, you already Neil, which is Rayron, you already did yours. Cool. All right, thank you everybody. That was a fun session. Good night.
Night, bye. I really wanted to turn my camera off then, but I felt it might mess things up for Scar.
All right. So last session, a lot of shit went down. That ended with Jake walking into Vrogar's temple. This is 1. Walking into Vrogar's temple, saying a prayer to Vrogar, and placing Orsuko's axe atop the altar. And then all of a sudden, amidst his prayer, he hears a door open behind him. And he turns around and sees a silhouetted form inside the doorway. So let's cut the camera over to Tesh instead.
Oh my god.
I'm just kidding. You see a silhouetted form in the doorway. 1. What do you do?
Try and see who it is.
Throw the axe at it. To just
So I just offered my axe down, and then I hear something behind me, so I just regard them.
Mm-hmm.
It is the temple, so they are, or the shrine, so they are welcome to be here.
Of course. You turn around and you look across the way, and what you see is a man standing there with a huge brown beard, a shaved head, tattoos covering half of his face. He looks very familiar to you, standing at about 4'6", maybe 4'7", very stocky build. He stands there, looking not at you, but around the temple. He has a look on his face. It doesn't quite look like disgust, more like concern, as he's taking in the temple. Doesn't really seem to notice you, but you notice him. It's been a while, but you've seen this man, many times before.
Is there anyone else in the temple at the moment?
No.
So I just turn and start walking towards him.
Doesn't care to notice you at first, and then as you keep making your way towards him, there is a moment where you can see like his hand slides out from behind him, and he actually draws a mace, and he kind of like points it over towards you, not even looking at you yet, just kind of like giving you a warning not to come too close. As he finishes like taking in the surroundings, and even turns his body slightly, like being non-threatening, but at the same time not threatened either, and starts taking a walk around the temple, trying to the shrine. My apologies. Trying to really take in the sight of it all. Now he's looking up at the vaulted ceilings, the cross beams. The whole place is new, so the design.
So I look at him as he's walking around, and I say, "A mace?" You're wielding a mace?
He looks at you, looks down, looks at you and goes, "What? It was broken."
He just walks towards him and he says, Orsk, it's been a long time.
He's like, "Who the fuck are you?"
I draw my battle axe.
He's like, "Oh, you want to shred blood in a temple of Rogar?"
Damn straight.
Roll initiative.
Hold on. No, not actually. Hold on, but what?
1 second.
He is a god of war.
I mean, yeah, but also, huh?
Oh.
Maybe he also hates short people that wield maces. Perhaps both, perhaps one, who knows?
I rolled garbage. What did you roll for initiative? Are we not on the same page? Yeah, we are. Did you roll initiative, sir?
I didn't click my token, but I got 8.
You're the worst. Hold on 1 second. You got an 8. I am going to Daddy's dice that. Woohoo! My 6 becomes a 9. In which case, the gentleman is going to go first. And so you draw your axe and says, "Damn straight," which is kind of funny. And he has the mace at the ready. And so, he kind of like turns fully towards you and squares off. And he starts casting a spell. You're actually welcome to roll spellcraft.
It's the I'm a little bitch who uses spells in Dueling 101 in the Temple of Rogar spell.
This is now officially how Valorant duels.
I can't roll a religion on it.
No, definitely spellcraft or anything, crafting of spells.
I don't have spellcraft, so is it a trained? It's a trained only skill, so
It is a trained only spell. So, so my apologies. That means you just wouldn't know the the effect. So he's actually going to I just need to double check the wording on this one. Subject. Okay. Never mind. All right, I can't do that one. So I'm doing this one right here. Not a problem. So he casts a spell, but as he casts the spell, like as he kind of like falls into a chant that sounds like orcish, that sounds like a prayer to Vrogar. All of a sudden, you see materializing adjacent to you a magical axe, and not a small one at that, is just sitting there and is sitting right adjacent to you. He summons this axe, and it's going to attack you. Where are you, 1? I don't know what your normal AC is. Oh, that's the wrong buttons.
18.
Sorry. 18, gotcha. So the axe swings at you. However, you easily knew which way this axe was going to be swinging in, and so you throw up your own axe, allowing the base of both the heads, where they meet the haft, to kind of catch, locking into one another, allowing you, despite the force, the might of this axe, to kind of catch it there and like rip it away from whatever it is that's kind of holding it up, sending the thing flying across the shrine's floor. Real like tinging at first, then continuing to slide. The thing slowly starts to rise up and come back, but it's your turn.
Okay, I am going to charge.
Okay.
I'm going to activate which one's the one that gives me to hit? Sorry, I'm just looking at my judgments. What do you say?
Yep, you're fine.
Okay, he's gonna activate the Justice Judgment, which is actually it's not the Protection Judgment for once.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, he charges him.
Okay.
Make my attack.
All right. So you come charging at the guy. Does that include your +2 for charging?
Yep.
So with your 11 total, you come charging at the guy. Unfortunately, it is not going to be a hit. You come charging at him. It's one of those things where you see an opportunity, an opening, and you take a swing. They're going straight for the side of this dude's dome piece. But it's one of those, as you get up there, he just kind of slides underneath it and hits you right in the gut with the base of the pommel of the mace. So it kind of like steals the wind from you in your blow, and kind of like you stumble to the side. He easily slips behind you with you whipping around to regard him. It's his turn. The axe comes flying over and attacks at you again. It comes whipping from across the floor, and it's like as it's flying across, it's like spinning sideways. It comes flying directly at you, but you easily kind of like see it coming towards you, and baseball swing the thing flying off into the other direction, where it thunk into the shrine of Rogar, and it kind of sits embedded for a moment, trying to pull itself free. As that's happening, he's actually going to cast another spell. He still has the mace in one hand, but he pulls out a dagger for a moment and quickly starts sliding it across his arm. It's kind of like saying another chants to Rogar. Could you do me a favor, make me a fortitude save?
Damn.
So he cuts himself. For only 2 points of damage, nothing crazy. And looks up at you with like a bit of a wicked smile as he does so. And you can feel wounds starting to open up in your body. But with a quick prayer to Rogar, you actually just completely ignore the magics. Rogar's blessing is with you in this moment, and the spells do not affect you whatsoever. And so he looks annoyed and just throws the dagger to the ground, and then kind of squares off again. It's your turn.
One kind of smiles at him, takes a 5-foot step back, and then screams and like in his face, like Osugo did, and he does a little bit of this.
Blistering Invective. That's a spell you don't see every day. You unleash an insulting tirade so vicious and spiteful that enemies who hear are physically scorched by your fury. When you cast this spell, make an immediate check to demoralize each enemy within 30 feet of you. Enemies that are demoralized this way take 1d10 points of fire damage and must succeed a reflex saving throw or catch fire. Spell resistance can negate, blah, 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 blah. This is sexy. I love it. It's only in Pathfinder you get shit like this. 5e would not do that. All right.
And now this combined with his fucking thing.
All right. What's your result as you're muted?
That'll be a 26, thanks.
Fucking hell.
So you're saying is I refuse to roll the die, I'll just take a 26?
Yep.
All of a sudden, he was talking about, no, I get a reflex save. Totally his best save.
Yeah.
Well, I got double digits. Not high enough. So
he catches fire as well.
I want you to describe how this whole spell takes effect. Maybe even a sample of the words that you would say to him. Just a sample.
Scott.
What?
That's one right there. It's one of my insulting words.
Actually tweak the wording of it, and instead of unleashing an insulting tirade, I could do what Osugo did and more or less just give this guttural, really loud scream. That's what I've done at him. And you could just see, for some reason, there seems to be like, you can almost see coming out of his mouth, like, just, you know, when you look at a fire and it kind of gets blurry above it. Yeah, you can see that kind of effect coming out of his mouth, heading straight at him, and then he kind of just catches on fire.
Okay. It's one of those things where the combustion happens. It's like, you fucking. And on his turn, he immediately has to spend his turn rolling around on the ground trying to put out the fire that you just put on him. So let me make that check. Is that's a. He has to make a check.
That's fantastic.
Yep.
That is a muse.
That is so strong. Holy shit.
He rolls around on
He's
the ground.
demoralized as well.
He rolls around on the ground. He's doing a pretty good job, but unfortunately the issue is he's kind of a beefy boy, and so he's not able to like roll very cleanly because it's not like it's super easy for him to kind of like get all the areas. So the fire just
It's like
keeps
watching
like
a
being
turtle on its back.
The fire keeps getting put out in some areas, but then lit back up on the other side as he rolls because he rolls kind of slowly. And at the same time, the axe finally rips itself free from the altar and comes rising up into the air and then dropping back down at you again.
We're still going.
Well, I mean, it's a spell that once you cast it, it's cast.
Yeah.
And this last time, it comes dropping. God, you have high AC. It comes dropping down and literally lands embedded into the ground of the shrine, right in front of you. You see coming, and you just do one of those step back last second, and embeds in the ground at your feet. You see it try to rise itself off the ground once or twice, but stops. It's your turn again.
Is he prone?
Yeah, and rolling, like his teachers taught him in grade school.
One will kind of just kick him thematically and be like, "Oh, please tell me you didn't think this was going to go any differently."
He grumbles to himself for a few moments, and then because he just can't get the fire out, he starts praying again and saying a couple of words, and just almost like the sky opens up above him, and just gallons of water drop from nowhere on top of him as he creates water directly over his own head, and just whole bucket of water puts out the fire all around him, leaving a huge puddled mess all over the ground. And he's just lying there, just beard soaked, clothing soaked, kind of charred, has a bit of a smoky look to him, smoke literally rising off of him because the fire was just put out. And he rolls over and he stands himself up back on his feet, and he looks at you and he's like, "Hey, you cunt." And steps up and gives you like a hard fist right to the gut. One of those side shots that hits you right where the abs meet the obliques. You know what I mean? It's kind of like one of those oof. And right as he hits you, he then grabs you by the front of your shirt, pulls you in and gives you a wicked tight hug. And he starts chuckling. He's like, "I miss you."
Now, when he least expects
the
it.
castle.
What did you say? I'm sorry?
I just said, "I miss you too. You ready to come up to the castle?"
He chuckles and says, yeah. And starts reaches down, grabs up the the axe that was in there that dissipates because there's axe of force. And he walks over to the shrine and he places the the mace on top of the shrine and says, "You can have it if you want." Kind of looking up into nowhere, and grabs the axe off the shrine and starts walking out of the shrine with you.
We just make small talk on the way up. Just catching up. It's been a long time.
Absolutely. When you make your way back to the castle, these two Fluffernutters do happen to be inside the throne room. So of course you are able to walk into the throne room and see the two of them sitting there. Sitting, standing, whatever it is.
I believe we're eating with Elliot.
Oh, there you go. Eating with Elliot. That's right. I just remembered what you guys were doing last time. Having a meal with Elliot.
Probably finished by now.
Yeah. The dessert has been served. It's a strawberry tart.
Very nice.
So the door kind of comes open. I guess one of the guards open it, And yeah, you just see one, and this bald, bearded, short man walking side by side, laughing, joking. They seem to just like push each other and punch each other every now and again. You see one look happier than maybe you've ever seen him.
You also smelt burning hair and leather.
And as we're walking, I'm just like, "Oh, you hungry?"
I'm just saying, I could eat a slaver or two. Not really.
And he's like, sit, eat.
And he walks over. He's kind of like looks around the room, and he just grabs a seat, sits down. By chance, it just happens to be next to Rayron. He looks about. There's no food directly in front of him, but there is like.
Can I kick his seat out from underneath him as well?
You can try. Why don't you roll me a dexterity
I'm
save?
gonna try.
A little opposed dexterity save. And I'll open roll this. Yes, you can.
Yeah.
Yes, you can. So you, he goes to sit down, which it would have been next to Rayron, but as he goes to sit down, it's like literally one of those pull the chair out, kick the chair out. Oh, poof, oh you mother! And he immediately like jumps back up to his feet, and all of a sudden the axe is in his hand, and he just starts charging towards you. Like, ah! And starts like running at you with the axe.
I take the position like I'm gonna do blistering invective again, and I'm like, "You sure you want to do this, boy?"
He runs at you, and it's literally one of those. He's got the axe at the ready, and as he runs, he actually throws the axe like good bit over your head. So like it goes flying across the room and embeds itself into part of the wall, and then just like goes down low and like grabs you by like your knees and just like pinches them together and gives you like the lift, step, boom, lands on the ground. And he goes for like a mount, you know what I mean? And the two of them just kind of like start wrestling back and forth. Chair goes flying, another one falls down. The table gets shifted slightly, and you know all the plates are a bit of a mess. As you guys are watching, a large man and a not so large man make fools of themselves.
Do we?
What's the betting he's not a worshipper of Lady Arabelle?
Elliot will chuckle.
Do we like do something or?
Indeed, it's a good question. He'd just like turn, like, but he'd turn in his chair, and he doesn't lift it up properly, so he just goes as he slowly turns his chair and sits and looks at them.
Sure. Why don't we do 3 rounds of CMB? Why don't you roll your CMB against me, sir, and see how that goes, and then we'll kind of like let the goofiness stop from there.
All right. With the CMB, it's just like grappling checks. Is this what we're doing?
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
More or less like mounting, chokehold, ground and pound, that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Are you gonna mount this guy and then ground and pound him?
I mean, that's usually how you do it.
Okay, CMB.
Oh, Jesus Christ. All right. 1 second. I forgot when I do that. You guys don't get a D20 rolled. So, number 1, you win. You get to roll number 2.
So, instead of doing 3, can I just break the grapple? And then do one thing, which is kind of what I want to do.
Sure. So he he goes to mount you, like I said. And it's one of those things. He slams you on the ground, and he literally climbs up and starts to do a bit of a mount. And as he like kind of settles himself on top of you and goes to throw the first punch, you kind of like get the arm up and like hook the punch, and then just like push him off of you, and are able to like throw a kick over and shove yourself away and stand up and do.
Yeah. And as I stand up, I do this. and then I punch him when he's not when I skirt around. I punch him.
So you cast invisibility, so officer. You kind of like as you stand up, you say a couple of words, and it's almost like he recognizes what words you're saying, and he snaps to look over at you, but it's too late, because as he snaps to look over at you, he's gone. And he looks and he kind of like scrambles up to his feet and kind of like dives forward at where he believes you are, like we're talking like free-form diving across the air, and you're just not there. You would have sidestepped to the side. I don't know. Let's see if there's a chance that he can hit you. 1d, let's say 6, odd to hit. Odd. Actually, he might actually be able to appropriately grapple you. I'm going to try that again. This is against your CMD. I bet that does not. I rolled the same thing twice in a row. That does not beat your CMD.
CMD. No, it doesn't.
So instead, he's like, thinking he has you. But unfortunately, you actually just barely step to the side, so hits the ground. And then you?
Punch it.
Yep. And so it's kind of like a full knuckle. Where? Side of the head or?
Yeah, on the side of the head.
All right. It's kind of like it's like punching a fucking rock. You know what I mean? Like it hurts you, but not as much as it hurts him. And so it's like as you like hit him in the face, and like as you like hit him in the head, which just makes his head hit the ground, more or less hitting him with the world at the same time. He's gonna all right. You got a big hand. Oh.
You little motherfucker.
And then, of course, you're visible again. And so he, like, reaches up his hand to take yours.
Take his hand.
He stands up. Well, I can appreciate you never pull a punch. And he's gonna walk past you. And he goes over, and he doesn't sit down. He actually is just gonna, like, reach across from Valrin. And just like reach across and imagine there's like a wing of like a turkey or something like that, just like still sitting on his plate, maybe like only a bite or two missing. Just like grabs off his plate. He's like,
Oh, okay.
Hey, I'm 2.
Right? Yes, of course he is. Where's 3 and 4? 1.
He looks at you like legitimately offended, like. You've said something like before he was clearly playing. He gives you a very sharp and cold look.
Raymond's not looking at him.
Yeah. Well, he's looking at that direction, but yeah.
One looks over and he says to Rayron, "Just one more. She's not here."
Are they also going to wrestle you?
No.
He looks over to 2 and says, "Have you heard much about 3? You know where she is?"
I got word. She's on her way.
One looks even happier, and he comes and sits down and starts eating.
So he sits there, and he looks to you guys, and he's actually just going to be, I imagine, again, there's like, I don't know, maybe like it's peas or something like that on the plate. And so he kind of like grabs like a small little pinch of them and tosses it in his mouth. And then he's just going to grab your plate, Val. It's like slide it in front of him and just start like eating off your fork and whatnot. And he's like, so, any little slave cunts around here?
As a matter of fact, we should talk later.
I'm talking now. He points over at Raven's plate and is like, done with that?
Yes. He carefully extricates his glass before allowing him near the plate.
He can't quite reach over to where you are. It's kind of his arms aren't.
Oh well,
long.
he'd push it then.
Okay, yeah. Talk. Who are these boys?
Well, you see, too, since we last seen each other, I've come to co-rule a kingdom, and these are my 2 fellow leaders.
I gotta take a piss.
My ears.
That caught me off guard. Sweet Jesus.
So, one, who is this delightful man you have brought in to see us?
2. That's 2.
Yes. Who is two? I remember you've told us some details, but you know, I was expecting someone perhaps a bit more like, well, you.
Well, Lady Erebel doesn't discriminate on who she takes as a slave, so...
Okay, I see.
Well, this is going to complicate things.
He like glances behind and he's like, I trust he's not going to be throwing axes all of the time.
Is it still like wedged up there?
One kind of like looks at you, and he actually like is like he's in thought, and he's like, I'll have a talk with him.
It just some people aren't as resilient to axe heads as you are.
Valorant grabs a different plate and just puts a couple of things on it. his plate's gone.
He comes walking back in. He clearly didn't go very far to piss. Honestly, with how long he was gone, maybe right outside the castle door, like right up, like outside, but right outside the castle door, and then came back in.
He made it outside.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna say like you like see like a little bit of liquid dripping down the corridor, and you're like,
No, that's gross.
I was wondering if
I
the
just keep
guards were
walking till I
actually,
found a
what
corridor
they were
that's
doing.
downhill.
What'd you say, Jake?
I said I was wondering what the guards were doing this whole time.
They saw him walk in with you. You guys being buddy, so they can't
That's true.
say anything. So he comes walking back in, this time inside the doorway. He doesn't come over to sit down. He kind of stops and regards for a second. He's like, huh, it is a castle. And we did just walk in. That guard said you ain't fucking with me. And he looks over and he's like, pretty boy, he fucking with me?
No.
Hey, slaver, he fucking with me?
Excuse me? No.
Oh, Valron here is no slaver, and I would ask you to refrain from calling him such.
You see the way he's sitting nice and pretty in that chair? He ain't from around here.
That doesn't really mean that much, though, does it?
Listen, you gotta be
Two.
prepared
If
out.
I would
You got
quote
that big
my
of a
friend
stick up
here,
your ass.
if I would quote my friend here, he points to one. Lady Erevel doesn't care who she takes as a slave. He gives him like a smug look.
I don't get it.
Of course you don't. How do I explain this? Never mind.
So if this is your place, he says, kind of like moving past that conversation to one. You build that shrine? I mean, there's some shoddy workmanship. I imagine that was you that built it.
I helped.
We're gonna have to fix that. All right. I'll get things ready for when she shows up. We should have a ceremony. Oh, we should do a month-long ceremony.
Oh, you want me to whoop your ass again, boy?
Every day for the next month. He turns and starts walking out.
One just laughs and keeps eating.
I'm glad to see that you're in high spirits, One. Will he be staying with us for long? And you made mention of a third?
Yeah. I don't know how long he'll be here for. To be honest, I wasn't expecting him, but I am very glad to see him. I'll find out why the order sent him this way. Maybe he responded to my message that I sent all those months ago.
Maybe he could stay. We need someone who just wants to hit people.
It's not up to me.
He's part of your order, yes?
Yes, while I may have a say in our nation, I don't control the Order of the Broken Chain.
No, but they're no longer giving you orders, correct?
I've not received any correspondence from them now.
Well,
Maybe
make sure
they...
understands who the rulers are here.
Sorry.
I said, make sure he understands who the rulers are here, at least.
Oh, yeah. Will do. Rayron, you might have to
I'm
maybe
not
sucker
sharing my
punch him.
route. Oh, right.
I mean, you could have the guards tie him up and beat him for you or something if you like, but it'd probably be better coming from you.
Neither are really my style, you know? I'm not really a sort of go around and punch people sort of. You know, I like to talk.
To be clear, by sucker
I mean, you could
punch,
talk
he
him
means
to death.
you can donkey punch him if you'd like. We know that is what you're into. I'm sorry, am I wrong?
I mean, Scott, that was one time, all right?
Hey, listen. I'm just saying. You are neighing.
Oh, dear.
No, Rayron, seriously, I'll get his attention, and you just walk up behind him and punch him as hard as you can.
What if he hits me back?
I'll trip him.
Yeah, I'm not sure it's a good look for a ruler of a kingdom to just walk up and punch someone.
Okay, how about I give him a tour of the castle, you wait behind a closed door, we'll come in, and then you just clock him from behind.
Is this really that important to you, one?
Yes, very. I would say the same of you, Valorant, but to be honest, you might break your hand.
Aaron just continues eating.
Oh my god, that was an insult. Like so good.
Raren's gonna lean over to Valorant and say, maybe you should sucker punch one.
Tempting.
He's then gonna get up and put his arm around one and like turn him and point at the axe and be like, look, one, what I mean is we can't be having this sort of thing in the castle, let alone in the town. He'd like, as he's doing this, he turns slightly and looks over his shoulder at Valorant.
Bluff check, sense motive.
No, Valorant's not gonna.
Do we
It's
want
okay.
this?
It's okay. We still want the bluff and sense motive.
Yeah.
Just so you know, my sense motive is now 12.
Oh dear.
And so,
Plus 12.
since you beat him by 6, you
Okay.
easily understood what he was doing.
At a game, I wasn't paying that much attention, so I don't know what he was doing.
He was distracting. He's distracting you so Val can sucker punch you.
Oh, okay, I just let him.
Yep. He was
Except
like,
Val's not doing it.
you are a little disappointed, but also predicted. Val doesn't swing. Elliot, like watching this whole thing transpire, clears his throat.
Yes.
One walks over to the wall and grabs the axe out, or Sugo's axe.
There was mention that one was going to lead some soldiers to go and free the slaves.
Yes, and since 2 here seems to hate slavers so much, perhaps he could accompany you.
Elliot gives like a quarter smile.
Some of the soldiers that we sent with Elliot were captured as slaves. They're currently being held sort of north of Howd Gwen. We thought perhaps you might like to go down there and blow off some steam.
Elliot will speak up again and say, I'll be honest with you, Rayron. I don't think I'm in a fit condition for travel. However,
No, not you.
one of the soldiers that was captured also came back. He was released from the same group that had saved me. One of their number actually ended up returning, and it's a long story, and I'll gladly go over it, but had slaves with him, one of them being one of our men. I'm sure he'd be more than willing to lead them to to where it all transpired.
I'm sorry, this has perplexed me. One of the people that rescued you took one of our men as a slave.
Did you want to enjoy your tart? He says, kind of sitting back down. Like, more or less saying, I'll explain to you over while you eat.
No, Elliot. Speak now. That can't be what you just said.
It is. It's a little difficult to explain. The people that had rescued me, as we had discussed beforehand, there were three that I knew immediately. I ran out of the place with them. Them all injured to varying degrees. One of them being a paladin to Lady Aravel, as we've discussed several times. But there was a fourth. I honestly forgot that he existed at first, and I won't lie, the haze made me forget this detail originally when you came home. But he got separated from the rest amidst the chaos of combat and found himself stumbled into a trade, an auction of slaves that was existing down in the caves. He used beguiling charm to convince them he was one of them, and purchased a few of the slaves, brought them immediately to Kurzfall, and released all of them. That included one of our men. He didn't know which was our men.
That sounds a lot better when you put it that way.
One nods.
Then, in that case, perhaps the soldier would be willing to show 1 and 2 and some other soldiers the way.
Nods.
And just so we know, what is 3 like should this person arrive while you are not here?
It's a surprise.
You'll know when you see her.
Okay, but if I let an incognito worshipper of Lady Aravel into the castle, I'm letting 3 into your room as well. So remember that.
I mean, honestly, you want to.
What about Captain Hinter?
Who?
Oh.
When you say that, he kind of just is like, she has long red hair. And that should be enough.
Elliot says that I think we've covered pretty much all the details that matter for this evening. If you don't mind, Chosen, I would like to retire.
Yes, that's...
Of course, Elliot.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming back in one piece. I don't know that my conscience could have taken it. I'm glad that you're well. If you need anything to aid your recuperation, please let me know.
He nods, and then he's going to hobble out of the room.
Bless him. He's a good boy, our Elliot.
Okay, and I imagine, is there any other RP you guys have with each other at this point, or do you just gotta go find where 2 went?
I think, we just round up all the guards, get the ball gag, and go find 2.
No, one serious buddy's like, I'll go get 2, and you, like, oh, I've got a better idea. When he's asleep, come in and just clock him.
You're just gonna cudgel him while he's sleeping.
Like 2-handed club, just well,
trust me. I'm asking you to trust me.
They don't call it a nightstick for nothing.
okay, fine, sure, whatever. I'll do it. Just, yeah, okay.
When you go leaving, I imagine it's just 1. The other 2 don't join. When you go leaving the castle to go find 2, he is already down by the shrine of Vrogar and is starting to set up. He's literally taking things from inside the shrine and bringing them out, and also moving stuff around in the shrine. It's pretty clear what he's looking to do. He's looking to host a ceremony, to host an event. You're actually familiar with these. These are things that he has done in the past. It's just kind of his way of giving to the people that worship Rogar, as well as convincing others to join the faith of Rogar. He's not the best at words. He's just not. He's a man of action, and he's quick and picks things up pretty quickly when it comes to like how to react to situations and whatnot, general tone and whatnot of people. But he's not the brightest person in the world. So actions is how he generally handles situations, right? It's funny to say, but one is a bit more cerebral. Yes. Yeah. And so what he does, like I said beforehand, is he likes to host ceremonies to aid the people and to others that are would-be worshippers. So during the time that he's going to stay here, or at least for the first month-long ceremony, he wants to offer any and all services in the name of Rogar that he can, with a very little cost. Some of them maybe even being free of charge. Whether it be blessings, healing of wounds, mending illnesses, so on and so forth. He's going to do everything he can in the name of Rogar to aid these people. And that also includes, teaching a kid that's getting bullied how to kick somebody in the nuts and punch them in the nose. Because it's important to know how to beat the shit out of somebody that's a fucker. So he does all sorts of different lessons for the people. The short version is, on the kingdom chart, we rolled ceremony. And this is, some local church holds a ceremony to benefit the people. Services rendered by the faith are reduced to 50% or 75% off of the initial cost. You get +1 loyalty to the kingdom. And if you'd like to, you can actually have one of your advisors handle the situation, which, depending on what you roll, could potentially have even greater benefits.
That's exciting.
Mm-hmm.
As the high priest, am I not able?
You are more than able. Absolutely.
What did you actually need to roll over there?
My apologies.
Do you need a roll?
Oh, yeah. You, so more or less, you being the one assigned, you actually, and you don't need to worry about that right now. We'll worry about that roll later on. But you roll your kingdom modifier. So for you, it's actually +3, I believe. So you're going to roll 1d20 +3, but not now. That'll be in the future. Okay?
Yep.
And that's if they are choosing to assign you to handle this task.
Yep.
Okay. So, oh, haha. Yeah, Steve. Sorry. After the session's over, I'll get those uploaded onto Patreon for you guys. Life has just been crazy this month. Things will settle down in about 2.5 weeks. Life will settle down so much, but it's about to get crazier for the next week and a half.
Scott's had a rough old time, but to be fair, he's much better than most streamers and content creators at sticking to a schedule. At least ones that I know.
I don't know. Trying to do the best.
Oh no, Tesh! I'm sorry.
Oh,
no, Tesh was just like, and I was like,
all right, so this is what you're gonna do, Tesh. You're gonna wait till he's asleep. You're gonna 2-hand cudgel him in the head.
Left and right, fucking from every direction, fucking.
yeah, just like 6 blokes, just like say what?
Sock party! Oh, sock party!
I considered taking the summon creature thing, which gives me 1d3 of a certain creature. It's just like fucking, it is bad.
It's just a whole bunch of what's his name? Oh, fuck. I was gonna make a joke about what Tyler's character in the Regicide campaign with snakes, but I can't remember the character's name.
Oh, I don't know the name, but I know the species you're talking about.
Yeah. Yes, coming for yours. All right. So, anyways, let's keep going. So you guys are that's kind of like what you notice is happening there. I imagine like the first maybe like he actually simmers down without you having to do anything aggressive against him. He simmers down.
But does right and punch him in the head while he's sleeping.
Oh, feels.
That's gonna be so out of context in the pod. Just silence it. Oh, feels.
No, you gotta bring it down a notch. Oh, feels. Neil, he asked you a question.
Yeah.
Because one comes to get you when he's asleep.
Yeah, sure. Rayron acquiesced. One is his friend.
Do you want to coup de grace him with bludgeoning damage? With bludgeoning.
Yeah, but I'm also gonna cast this.
Fallback strategy? I don't know this spell. While this spell is active, you may re-roll one attack roll, combat maneuver. Oh, that's sexy. I like that. For 1 minute per level or until discharged. Oh, that's really good. Oh, I like that. That's cool.
Yeah.
All right, awesome. Is that first or second level? It doesn't say.
First.
Okay. I really like that spell. That's a good one. All right, why don't you roll me your result then, sir?
Would you? What would it be?
One also guidances. Right.
Nice. What would it be? D20 plus my BAB plus.
Cheers. Whatever you're attacking with, yeah. Like, are you attacking with a cudgel?
Okay, I'll club him over the head with the black blade, but with the scabbard still on.
That gives you a -4, but otherwise perfectly fine. Go right ahead.
A -4.
One would stop you when you drew the blade and said, "I said punch him."
Yeah.
Fine. All right. What's the punch, Scott?
Strength.
Because you're not proficient in unarmed combat, it's your BAB plus your strength -4. No, sorry. You can use Dex instead. You have weapon finesse or you don't.
I do not have weapon finesse.
BAB plus strength -4.
He's
Cool.
sleeping, right?
Yeah. He automatically hits. This is to confirm crit.
He's flat-footed.
Okay, sweet.
So it's BAB.
He wants a crit.
Oh, don't apply the -4 because he's prone. So you get a +4 -4, so it neutralizes. So just BAB plus strength.
Plus BAB.
So you probably just press melee, honestly, on your character sheet.
Okay, let me find this. Jesus, such a shit.
No, it's just these character sheets are a little.
Yeah, where's this melee?
Yeah, just melee. It's right above your weapon attacks. No, you were here. CMD and above that.
Yeah, I get you. Cool. Just gonna re-roll it. It's nice. It's worse. Great.
I mean,
it's not gonna hit.
the 12 hit, and you re-rolled to a miss.
Well, remember I've got a +1 from guidance there.
Oh yeah. You did guidance. You did ask for a who guide? Oh, he guidanced you. So it's a 9. I mean, 9. Would you like to luck it because a 9 doesn't quite hit?
So even though he's asleep and not moving, he
No,
can't hit
it does hit. It just doesn't crit.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
That's fine. I'm fine with that critting the poor
Because
bugger.
I can tell you his AC is a 10. It's just you re-rolled your hit.
Rayron, if we have any luck it. Just crit him.
Might
Crit
be
him.
a good idea.
It's such a waste.
It might be a good idea.
Wow.
How many do we have? Tell me how many we
I don't,
have.
I
I don't
honestly
know
don't
if we
even
have
know.
any.
I haven't looked.
Last week we had 0, so we might not have any.
Yeah.
So we probably have 0 still.
Just click the button.
I don't want to waste it.
Just click the button.
No, I refuse.
Jake, press it for him.
No, I can't. As much as I want him to.
Okay, so you don't crit, which means you do 1d3 plus strength damage.
Fat one.
And there's no secondary effect.
There would have been a secondary effect.
Yeah, knock him unconscious.
Bap.
Instead, you punch him for 2 points of damage while he's asleep. He's still lying there, but his eyes open up while he's still lying there with his face on his pillow. And then his eyes just open up, and then just the eyes go looking at you while his face is still on the pillow. It's just kind of like.
I punched
One
sleep
says, "Hit him
paralysis
again."
into him. Oh, Jesus.
You say that one says hit him again. Make an attack roll, sir. We're going to get nothing done this session.
I'm also gonna hold an action as well.
You hit. Roll damage. And he doesn't have improved honor in combat, so he also can't make an attack of opportunity against you. Okay, so you hit him for 1 more point of damage. And now, like,
And then one's gonna grapple him.
oh, roll a CMB.
This is so wrong. I agree that we're not going to get anything done, but that's okay because we just fought a boss last week and had some tense diplomatic negotiations.
Give me 1 second. I gotta double check something. Come on.
Baron right now is like sitting in his bedroom with a book, listening to this. Like,
You try to like reach down and grab him, but he straight boots you like right in the top of your chest, almost hitting your throat. Like, ooh, luckily he didn't quite hit your Adam's apple or whatever it is, right there. As he boots you back, so you don't actually grapple him, and he stands up and he's just gonna clean like cock in the side of the head. 1. 1 second. Bam. So he's gonna clock 1. Not 1. I said 1. I meant Raren.
me?
Yeah, you're the other one that just punched him twice.
How much damage?
1 second. I have to roll that.
Non-lethal,
So he definitely hits your, because your AC is 17. He definitely hits you. Actually, it's a 19 total, and he actually punches you in the side of the head for 6 points of non-lethal damage. So he kind of stands up, and it's not even it's like a hook to the side, to the side of the head, like, ugh. And as soon as like he stands up and he punches you in the side of the head, he then like takes like a menacing step forward and throws himself at you and grabs you in like one of those obnoxious hard bear hugs. But because he's like so much shorter than you, it kind of like grabs you a bit low, like middle of the back, and just gives you like this really hard squeeze, like one of those ones you can feel your spine pop 2 or 3 times. And he's like, ah! 1 teaches you good, and like puts you back down and gives you like another, but not so hard, on the chest.
One's just laughing and he says, welcome to the family, Raren.
You guys are fucking weird.
He chuckles and says, "All right, I'm up. Let's go drink. Where's the slaver at?"
Yes, let's get Baron. My spine. Oh.
He said, "Oh, I'm sorry about that. Here, you want to lie down? I'll give you a good massage."
No. Stay right there. I just need to stretch. And he places his hands on either side of his head and headbutts. However, I would note that it's Raren's first time ever doing this. So he definitely like does it and then recoils afterwards like, oh, why do people do that? What possibly drives people to...
Oh my god, that's amazing. So you give yourself like bruising at the top of your, like the bridge of your nose and the bottom of your eyes. Like you give yourself.
No, he hits with his forehead, not his nose, dude.
You do a proper headbutt?
Yeah.
Because like your forehead is a legitimate weapon. Like we are apes. That is an actual weapon. So.
I mean, I consider what's inside my head to be more weaponized.
Yeah. That's because humans evolved, but we're still apes, and this is still a weapon. So, I mean, you smash your head against his. It's one of those moments where you're like, ah, and he's standing there like blinking at you, like, eh.
I expected as much.
And in the middle of the night, you guys can go drinking. All right, why don't we take a quick little break, and we'll come right back and get some actual shit done. All right, we'll be right back, everybody. Oy vey.